Apple just announced its App Store award winners for 2025, and I was able to talk with the developers, watch demos, and get hands-on time with most of the apps and games. So here's a quick breakdown of each category, what won and what stood out to me when trying everything out. Also, I got a little surprise guest appearance by Olivia Munn, one of the stars of Apple TV's hit shows Your Friends and Neighbors, which has a new season coming out in a few months, but she was there, kind of taking in all of the great apps that won awards this year. And so let's just jump right into one of those apps. And that was the iPhone app of the year, which was Tiimo, not to be confused with Timu, but Tiimo is a super clean and calming visual planner that turns your schedule into a timeline instead of a cluttered list. Talking with the team, they really emphasize designing productivity tools that reduce stress, and you can really feel that when you actually use it. Everything is visual, approachable, and it even uses AI to help break down big plans into small, doable steps. Honestly, Apple needs to get Siri up to speed with doing stuff like this, like being able to give it a long list of actionable items that can then be broken down into separate tasks, which is what this app does, and it does a really good job. For the iPad, the app of the year is Detail. And now this is a creator's dream, in my opinion. It's one that immediately caught my attention because it brings unique video editing power to the iPad, but it's optimized for touch. And you can use AI tools, which will help you cut, refine, and reorganize footage quickly. The demo that I saw felt shockingly close to, again, a desktop editing experience, but optimized perfectly for touch on the iPad. And it's a super useful tool for trying to get some cuts and clips for social media, especially with long-form content. So let's say I'm working on the MacRumors Show podcast, which you should go check out if you haven't already, and you need to get some clips. It's a really good tool for that. It seems easier than ever to break those down into, again, those digestible clips with this app. The Mac app of the year went to Essayist, an AI-powered writing and formatting tool built for academic papers and long-form content. It handles structure, citations, layout, and cleanup, and I am super jealous of all of you college kids out there that get to use this for references and getting papers formatted properly because I had to do this the old-fashioned way. You had to learn all of the different references and formats that you would need and find a way to get the proper citations put into the papers the way that the teacher wanted it. And you could just pick the one that you need and it'll do everything for you. And it does a really good job. You can tell that this was made by people who deeply understand the pain of formatting papers. It honestly makes writing feel way less overwhelming and a tool that every student absolutely needs to download right now on their Mac. For Apple Vision Pro, Explore POV took home App of the Year, and this one lets you travel the world through immersive video environments. And I didn't get to try a demo, but from what I saw, it looks like you can instantly be transported to a tropical boardwalk with water all around you for some nice and peaceful, meditative spatial videos. The Apple Watch app of the year is also a really good iPhone app, by the way, and it's Strava. We all probably know this already, especially if you're kind of in the workout world and you use it on your iPhone. Well, it won the Apple Watch app of the year. It's a streamlined, super clean workout companion that gives you live segment tracking and performance data right on your wrist. It's fast, it's minimal, and it's great for anyone who likes real-time motivation during a run or a ride. And obviously, the iPhone app is always a really great experience to get all of your workout data, and now you can get a lot of that on your wrist as well. Apple TV app of the year went to HBO Max, and the focus this year was on how much they improved accessibility features, including one that I find to be really cool, and it's adding American Sign Language, or ASL, support for the content that you're watching. So the interface and streaming performance looked great during the demo. As you can see here in the right corner, there's someone who is speaking ASL and performing sign language for those who might need it. And it makes the app feel more inclusive without sacrificing any of the entertainment value. Plus, I just really like HBO and its layout and the app design. I think it looks great. Moving on to games, Pokemon TCG Pocket won iPhone Game of the Year. It's a fresh and modern take on the Pokemon card game with great animations and artwork that looks incredible on your iPhone. It really takes you back to those days as well where you just go and rip open packs and see what cards you can collect and showcase all of your rare cards to your friends, and then, of course, you can actually play the card game too. Dredge won iPad Game of the Year, and if you haven't heard of this one, it's a moody fishing adventure with a mysterious and slightly eerie vibe. And it also reminds me a lot of Tetris, because when you catch a fish, you block them out in this little area here. But playing it on the big iPad display made the atmosphere even stronger, and I'm also a really big fan of this animation style. In fact, a lot of the games this year had some really cool animation styles. Now, speaking of games, Mac Game of the Year is Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. No shocker here, it's amazing. Running it on a Mac, honestly, is still pretty surreal. It's so smooth, the performance is amazing, you have incredible visuals, and it really highlights how far Apple Silicon has come with gaming. It's so good. It was a no-brainer for the award this year, in my opinion, and obviously Apple agrees, and that's why it got the award. And the Apple Vision Pro Game of the Year is Porta Newbie, a game that I also didn't get a chance to test, but it's a visually stunning spatial puzzle game, and you're solving environmental challenges inside a floating dreamlike world, and playing it in mixed reality will make the puzzles feel way more immersive. And the Apple Arcade Game of the Year is What the Clash, which I'm sure a lot of you probably already play. It's a chaotic multiplayer, kind of a card battle party game. It's super fast, fun, and perfect for just getting some quick games in against your friends at any point. Really great game. Highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Apple also highlighted a handful of cultural impact winners, apps and games focusing on empathy, accessibility, and education, as well as storytelling. And these included games like Art of Fauna, which blends wildlife illustration with relaxing puzzle gameplay, and Despelote, an emotional narrative story told through the lens of a community that's connected by soccer. And this one also had a really unique animation style, and the gameplay was really cool. But those were all of the winners and some of the games and apps that were featured this year for the App Store Awards of 2025. And I highly recommend you check out all of the apps on the list. But if you're already using some of them, please let me know in the comments down below which apps you're using and which ones you might want to check out. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.